What's up, guys? LayedBackGaming here, bringing you the top 10 of December, number 1 through 5. At number 5, we have Brainfreeze by Awesome Possum. This is a double wide map, and it's actually pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. At first, I was actually kind of worried that it wasn't going to get in the top 10 because when I was counting up the votes, at first it wasn't getting that too many votes, and then it started picking up, and eventually you got a ton of votes and landed up in the top 5, and which is awesome because I thought it was a great map and definitely deserved to be up here. Problems, there wasn't too many problems that I saw. There was one that I'll talk about later on the map, but other than that, it's really a smooth track, and I really enjoyed it. It's also got some aesthetic pieces. You can see where there's rocks consuming the track over there, and then he's also got some aesthetics basically everywhere on the map and stuff. This turn was a little bit tight, but it wasn't too bad. And then I love the glass turn, obviously. I just love glass turns. It's just, they're just awesome turns, and they're different than what you usually see on tracks. And the 90-degree turn, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but again, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with a 90-degree turn as long as you make it work. What's the problem with it? But here's the problem that I had was this right here. I mean, obviously you see yourself turning, but you don't realize that you're going to turn that sharp. And wow, okay, my controller disconnected. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so yeah, you don't really know that you're going to turn so sharp, and obviously the second lap you would figure it out and you'd be fine. But the first lap, you're not always so sure that you're going to turn that sharp. But that's not such a huge deal. Other than that, it's a great map, smooth aesthetics. It had aesthetics on it, good aesthetics and everything like that. I really enjoyed it. Number 4, we have Locust Assault by HaZz 2K9, and again, this is another double wide map, and as you can see, you can see where. Well, first of all, he's got some huge robot or something in there, some monster or something. I don't know exactly what it is. But yes, this map does kind of intertwine with each other down on the ground. The terrain part, you see where the track will go up, and you go back down here. And during the race, after about 2.5 laps in or something like that, if somebody messes up, you're going to be running into different mongooses because people are going to be behind people, or somebody's going to be really far ahead and stuff. And so there's chances of you running into other mongooses, which is cool. I like that. How you have that chance of running into mongooses. Right here, you see that one coming down there. It's pretty cool. And from the overview, this jump just doesn't look like it's going to work, but it actually works. Every time I've done it, it actually works perfect. The only problem I see with that is if you happen to lose speed, then you probably would make it. But that's just for any jump. If you happen to lose speed, you would just not really be able to make it. But yeah, this is I thought it was a decent, pretty good map. There are a couple of places that they're still smooth. They might not look the neatest, but they're still smooth. And that's what I kind of hate about when you make tracks and stuff. Sometimes there's always that one turn that just you can't get it to look perfect, but it still rides just as smooth as every other turn. It just doesn't look as good as them, and I just hate that, which sucks about forging. But yeah, it's a smooth map. Even despite some of the turns not looking to be so neat, they're still really smooth and they still all work out fine. Don't sit there and look at the overview and be like, oh, this is a bad map. This is one of the turns in particular is the spiral. It just doesn't look like it's going to be so good, but it's actually smooth. And from afar off, it just looks like it's not going to be a good turn, but it actually is. So don't let overviews fool you. That's why I always tell y'all to race maps. Whenever I make a voting video, I always tell you to race the maps because sometimes overviews will fool you, and you'll vote for a map that really might not be in there, or you won't vote for one that should be in there. So that's why you always need to download maps because it really is different. But anyway, at number 3 you have Rythym by Stigmatic Germ 2. This guy has never been in the top 10, and wow, he's getting in the top 10 at number 3, which is awesome for him. This is a roller coaster. It might be the only, I think it's the only roller coaster in the top 5, to be honest. And it's a good map. It's a really good map. It's smooth, and from an unknown forger, a guy, I think I've heard of him. I think I've seen a couple of maps made by him, but I don't think he's never made a top 10. I'm almost 100% positive of that. That guy kind of fell off there. So to see this map from an unknown forger make the top 10 and get number 3 is really awesome. To get more unknown forgers up in here, and so yeah, it's a roller coaster. It's smooth. Everything works out fine. I like how he puts like the little columns, to make it look like it's being held up by those. That's always a cool thing, and that's what most everybody's doing now for their roller coasters, is putting these little columns up so it looks like they're being held up by that. It's just kind of like, I guess, an aesthetic type thing for roller coasters now. It's just, I don't know, everybody just always does that now, which is understandable. It just makes it look better. So it's a fairly short map for a roller coaster, at least. It's about a minute long or so. So it's not really long, but he did a good job with it. I really like this part going through here, and I actually kind of fall off right here. I'm not expecting it, try to turn, and it didn't work, and I fall off. Yeah, so anyway, number 2 is Elegant by PVT Partz. And actually, guys, yeah, I was about to say the overview kind of lags a little bit, obviously, as you saw right there. So if you want to go back a little bit just to see the overview from the other side, which is a better overview, then please go do that. This is an amazing map. And what I was going to say, what I wanted to do, guys, is what I want y'all to do in the comments. I want you to leave a comment. Obviously, I'm not going to change the top 10, but I want you all to leave a comment of what y'all think should be number 1. This map or the map that's going to be number 1. Leave a comment what you think should be the number 1 map and which map you think is better or whatnot. But this was just an amazing map, and PVT Partz is always, he always impresses you. Every new map he makes, he's just an amazingly talented forger. And all of his maps are just insane. Obviously, this map is just extremely smooth. There's no, obviously, smooth-wise, there was no problem. I found it all. Aesthetics, he put aesthetics, everywhere, basically, on all the turns almost. And he just does a really good job with his maps. And double wide making right now, in my opinion, I think he's the best double wide maker out there right now. VIonized was right up there, but VIonized hadn't been forging as much. He's been sticking to the SX maps and the MX maps. And I get pushed off right here. That was kind of a D move, but whatever. So I just kind of put it right back to where I was at. But yeah, he did such a great job, and this is just an amazing map. I was really impressed by it. I'm surprised it didn't get 1, to be honest, but it didn't. But it was a great map. Please go download this, guys. All the download links will be in the description, to be honest. I forgot to mention that, but I think everybody kind of knows that by now. But that was just an amazing map. And number 1 is Derp. I'm not sure if I spelled the name right because I got it wrong last time, but there's just a lot of E's, R's, and P's in here. But anyway, it's made by Xerbase, and I think this might be the first time he's gotten a number 1 spot, which is awesome. But this map is really good as well. It's just, it's a double wide map, just like Elegant, and it's really cool. It's smooth and all that stuff. I'm on another person's overview, so it's kind of lagging at some points in the map. Right there, we're kind of they're going in between each other, and it's just kind of weird. But he doesn't necessarily land this duel. He lands the jump. But this is the first time I've ever seen anybody mess up on that jump. But somehow he lands it, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, everything's smooth. That jump usually works all the time. It's the first time I've seen it not work, or at least for me, at least. And this is really cool. He's got this huge drift turn, and I finally figured out how to do it. But this is why I took his overview, because he does a 360, which I thought was really cool, and just I guess makes for a more fun race on the map. Obviously, it'll just kind of slow you down for a little bit, but still, it's still a really fun thing to do on here. And he kind of lags coming up in this turn too. It looks like he's about to do another 360, but he just kind of lags. But this is just it's smooth, just like Elegant. It's got some aesthetic pieces in there, not as much as Elegant in my opinion, but definitely deserving of being in the top 5. So guys, leave a comment. I'm curious what y'all think is better, this map or Elegant. And it's not like I'm trying to change this. I'm just curious because I think they're both great maps. Both of them, in my opinion, deserve the number 1 and 2 spot. But what do y'all think? Which one do y'all think deserves number 1 spot? I'm just curious what people would put in the comments. So give me your opinion. I just thought that'd be a cool thing to do, let y'all give y'all's opinions or whatever. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. All the download links for these maps are going to be in the description, so you can go check them all out. Actually, right here is going to be a list of all the maps in this video, so you can go check them all out. They're all in the download links. And also, if you want to go watch the top 10 for December, number 6 through 10, you can click this annotation. It'll bring you straight to the video. That way y'all can move back and forth from each video depending on which one you're watching. And again, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Please check my channel out. Subscribe if you like it. Also, like and favorite the video. It really does help a lot. Leave comments, for feedback, anything else, comments on my channel, anything like that, guys. But yeah, please go check out my channel. Subscribe to it if you like it. So yeah, again, guys, thanks a lot.